Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the Ultimate Ironman. And last video, we spent about 25 to 30 hours getting from 71 to 77 construction, so that way we can make a bunch of house upgrades in preparation for the 69 Slayer grind for Monkey Madness 2. We haven't actually built anything since we got 77 construction, so we're going to start with one thing at a time. And one thing with 77 is that we can now build the elite stash units without boosting, so that's pretty cool. But let me look through the skill tab here and we'll pick out what we're going to build first. Okay, first thing I want to do is get all the money that we have and take that out, and we'll just keep all this in the inventory with us. And we currently have 724k in Nightmare Zone. We have 841k in total to our name. I really hope we have enough money for all the things I want to build. First thing I want to build though is the mounted dig site pendant, and for that we need the curator's medallion. And for the curator's medallion we need 250 cut rubies, which we can turn in increments. And after I finish 99 fire making, I turn in all the rubies I had. So I'm going to double check and see how many we have, and we'll just buy however many left that we need to get the medallion. Alright, we got to turn in 89 more rubies, which means we knocked a decent chunk out of the way already. And then for the 100 cosmic runes, I'll just use the runes that I have in Zora. I'll claim all my stuff back, and I'll leave the cosmic runes outside the looting bag. There's only a few places that stock rubies in the game. There is a place in More Ol Rec, which you need a fire cave to get into. They stock 4 rubies, and you have to buy with Tokul. But we don't even have that unlocked anyways, so we have to buy from one of a couple other shops which only stock 1 at a time, which means we'll be hopping a lot of worlds to buy these. Wait, they're like over 1k each? Oh man. Well, rip the cash stack. And it's going to be a lot of hopping too. I'm going to get timed out quite a few times, I bet. You know, I keep getting timed out. This is going to get really annoying really fast, but I thought of a genius idea of something to do in the meantime instead of just sitting here idling, logged out. We're going to thieve from the Arty Knights, because the Arty Knights just kind of walk around the area. So while I'm waiting for that 4-minute timer to reset every time, I'll just thieve some knights in the area. Yeah, there's one right here. Very good. Let me change this setting as well to right click only. I've never seen this spot used before. This is a cool place. I like it. I also gotta be really sure to not go too AFK while I'm thieving and accidentally die, because then OSRS UIM loses everything OSRS. You know how it goes. It was getting really annoying at Arty because at least every other world was sold out. So I came here instead, and this is the last of the rubies that we need to buy. It took me about an hour in total, and in that time in Arty we got about 50k thieving XP as well. Okay, we should have everything here that we need for the curator's medallion. Yes, okay, let's grab the last few items and then we can build it. Okay, now we need the gold leaf. Rip the cash stack. Okay, if we talk to Brimstill back over here, he will give us the saw back, I think. Okay, then we'll run over here and use it on the thing, and I'll turn back into a saw. Okay, now I think we have everything we need here. If we take a sip of the tea, we'll have the invisible +3 from the saw and the visible +3 from the tea. So we should be able to build the mounted dig site pendant. Look at that beauty. We can finally start doing birdhouse runs now. I'll get a routine started later, but for now we got a couple more things to build. But yeah, this is unlimited teleports to the dig site and Fossil Island, and once you do Dragon Slayer 2 to Lithgrin, which is where the rune and the Addy dragons are. This has to be my favorite thing in the house that we've built and upgraded so far. The mounted dig site pendant. I thought it'd be so long until we get it, but we have it already. Okay, next thing we're going to do is upgrade the armor case to the Mahogany armor case, and once we build that one, we'll be able to store every single type of set in there with no restrictions, because right now we can only store up to 4 sets. You can see everything that we have in here right now, and it's maxed out. We're going to have to grab out every set of stuff we have in here, so I got the Initiate, I'm wearing the Rogues. What I'm going to do is I'll drop a bunch of items outside the house, run back in here, build it, run back outside, grab the stuff, and then put it back in the new armor case. I probably could build a second room and like transfer the stuff back and forth, but that's doing too much. And when we come back into the house after we drop the stuff, we're gonna have to make the tea as well, since you can't take it out of the house with you. So the clock is gonna be running. If I'm dropping tradable stuff, which I will be, I'll drop like the ham robes or something. We got a 2-minute timer for that. Okay, let's see if I can do this right. Oh wait, you gotta drink the tea. Now we'll build it. I'll put the stuff back in here. Now let's run back outside and grab our stuff, and we still got plenty of time left. We got about a minute before all this stuff despawns. Nice. If I want to build that second room, it would cost 50k, so we saved a little bit of money there. Yeah, dude, look at that. Fully maxed out armor case here. We can store every set without having to worry about running out of space now. Alright, it's going to cost us 200k to build the achievement gallery. And as I mentioned in the last video, you can't use a saw to build something that doesn't require a saw, which is why we got 77. So that way we could use the +3 from the T to be able to build the room now. So it's expensive, but it's gonna be worth it, and we're gonna have this forever. Now let's build this right away, the basic jewelry box. And this gives us unlimited charges of Rings of Dueling and unlimited charges of games necklaces. So here's all the teleports that we can use now, as much as we want. As an Ultimate Ironman, this is so nice to have because it's kind of annoying to have to make Rings of Dueling and games necklaces. I've been trying to find other ways to get around, but now that we have this, we can just teleport home anytime we want and teleport to any of these places without having to wait for a minigames teleport timer every time. So we just unlocked an amazing form of transportation. Between the mounted dig site pendant and the basic jewelry box, we have made the biggest upgrades as of yet on the account for transportation. I do want to build an altar kind of because it's level 80 requirement and we could easily boost for that. But I want to make the lunar one. So eventually once we do lunar diplomacy, we'll just build that one right away, assuming we have the money to do it. I don't think the other two will be worth it for the situation of this account. All right, there's one more thing I want to do though before we get into Slayer, and that is the Slug Menace quest. A couple days ago, we did Tears of Gothics and got over 30 rune crafting, which was the only requirement we were missing for that. And by doing that quest, we'll be able to upgrade from the Initiate armor to the Proselyte armor, which has more prayer bonus, I think more defense as well. And that's going to help a lot with Slayer. So let's get started with the quest. What? Is that the famous YouTuber and player moderator and Infernal Cape owner, Colinello? You see my inventory? This is what the typical quest looks like for an Ultimate Ironman. This is a very interesting and not disturbing cutscene whatsoever. Okay, cool. Here's the end of the quest, and we got a couple levels, I think, in rune crafting. Yeah, out of that. Most importantly, we can wear Proselyte, which is going to be huge for Slayer because I think we'll be praying a lot. And having all that extra prayer bonus will make everything slightly more AFK. Let's see how much this is going to set us back. 25k, not too bad. Let's go buy that and unpack it. And there we go, we have upgrade from Proselyte to Initiate, and we can still keep both of them in the house since we have the highest upgrade armor case now. We'll still have the Initiate in there just to have it, but this is going to be the main prayer armor we'll be using for a very long time. When we do get the Slayer helm though, I might just either keep this in my inventory or just alch it and then buy it back whenever we're done with Slayer to store the Proselyte back in the house. Well, that's it. It's been a long time, and we're finally ready to start grinding out Slayer. I know we had that mini Slayer grind to get to 42 for some of the other quests, but now the real long grind to 69 Slayer begins. And I think the first thing I want to do is finish off getting 130 between attack and strength. Yeah, we're about to get an attack level, so we'll get the attack level and then go for a Dragon Defender. I like how I just said we're going to grind out Slayer, and then I just said we're going to get a Defender. I guess we're not actually ready to start Slayer, but yeah, Defender grind will be fun. I really want to add the Kren teleport to the Nexus, and I looked up how much it would cost. Apparently it'd be over 700k worth of runes, and unfortunately we can't afford that now, and even if we could, it's probably not worth spending that much money at the moment, but eventually I do want to get that built because we will be going to Kren a lot for Slayer. But I'll show you what we will be spending that money on right now. We're finally going to go ahead and buy the Barrow's Gloves for the first time. I think it's actually a task to buy them as well. 130,000 GP. There we go. It's a hard task done. Let's put them on. Actually, let's take everything else off. Just put the Barrow's Gloves on. Take a look at those stats. Yes, this is what we've been grinding for. Look at that. I also realized that now we have a faster way to get to Al Kharid, because before, whenever I want to go to Al Kharid, whether it was for like getting a piece of armor or cosmic runes or whatever, I always teleport to Lumbridge and run from there. And now we just teleport straight to the duel arena and run down from there. It'll be good for when we start growing cacti. Okay, now we'll have the full armor set that we need to start getting Warrior Guild tokens. But before we head over, I'm gonna make a couple last minute upgrades very quickly. Let's make the Ruby Amulet, and then we'll string it and enchant it. And there is our Amulet of Strength. The upgrades are coming in. And there we go, 62 attack. We now have a combined total of 130 between attack and strength, which means we can enter the Warriors Guild. You know, I don't even have to minigames teleport to get there anymore. We just use the Birth Orb teleport from our basic jewelry box in our house. I love all this transportation. One last upgrade we're going to make before we get in there though is the climbing boots, which we'll get right around over here. Well, here we are in front of the Warriors Guild, about to enter for the first time. Let's put on this last piece of armor. Here's the very classic Ironman slash newbie setup we're going with. There's some cool stuff in there though. Barrow's Gloves, that's kind of impressive. Kind of. Alright, look at us. This is freaking sick, dude. I'm so ready to train combat. I'm looking forward to this. No ring either. by the way. Oh, that's a Valdor task to enter here. Cool. Yeah, of course, when we come in here, the first thing I see is another guy with the untrimmed firemaking cape. You mocking me, bro? Oh, by the way, I was just kidding about getting Dragon Defender. You need 60 defense for Dragon Defender. I meant to say we're actually going for the Rune Defender. Although I guess to be fair, if I only train defense here while getting the Dragon Defender, there's a chance we could have 60 defense by the time we get it, because some people have been known to go very, very dry here. The first level of many coming in here at the Warriors Guild on the grind for the Defenders, 57 hit points. That was a mouthful. Something that a lot of people may not know is that the Warriors Guild is an extremely important place for Ultimate Ironman, and that's because there's a stock of food right here at Lidio. More specifically, the potatoes with cheese. They heal 16 each. They're super cheap, and if it is out of stock, you just hop worlds and buy more of them. And then over here with Lily, she also has a shop. And she sells all these basic potions, attack, strength, and defense. And what a lot of Ironmen do, especially Ultimate Ironmen, is that they'll have their Dragon Battle Axe special attack, which increases your strength but then slightly lowers your attack. They'll come here, buy a bunch of attack potions, and use those in conjunction so that your attack doesn't get lowered, and then you'll have the super high strength level. Something that's kind of niche for Ultimate Ironman, which is sort of kind of like how the defense cape is important for hardcore, since that's like a ring of life for them, is the strength cape is really important for ultimates, especially for training Slayer, because that way you have unlimited teleports to the Warriors Guild, which gives you a very easy access to food and potions. And so a lot of ultimates rush 99 strength before the other combats for that reason. But anyways, for those of you who don't know what defenders do, they go in your shield slot, and they have attack and defense bonuses, and most importantly, they have a strength bonus, which means they can increase your max hit. And to get a defender, you have to kill the Cyclopses at the top of the Warriors Guild, and it's a 1 out of 50 drop. The first defender you get is always bronze, the next one you get is always iron, and then steel, and so on. And it's a 1 out of 50 drop for each defender, and we have to work our way up to rune, and eventually we'll get dragon. Except for the dragon one, you have to go to the basement over here of the Warriors Guild, and they're 1 out of 100 instead of 1 out of 50. But I guess it's not something we'll be worrying about since we're just going for rune. However, in order to enter the Cyclops room, you have to have 100 tokens, and you spend 10 tokens when you go in, and 10 tokens are also taken away every minute you're in there. So it's kind of like a time constricted sort of deal, which is why we're grinding out these tokens this way. I think this is the best way to get the tokens. Remember on the hardcore, it took me, I think it was 4,000 tokens to get to the Dragon Defender. I think it's about average, so hopefully we don't go too dry in this account. Although I wouldn't be too mad because you do get some decent combat XP just from fighting the Cyclops and collecting tokens too. Yeah, so I decided to go with defense for a little bit, and now with level 50, we can wear granite like an absolute champion. Also over halfway to 99, by the way. Oh man, it's been a long time coming, but there is 1,500 total levels. Such a nice milestone, I think, at least. The account is like just over 2 months old now. I think 2 months and 1 week. So let's hop over to a 1,500 world just to say we've been logged into one once. Okay, here we go. Onto the 1,500 total level world. Now back to 369 because sex. Okay, we now have 3,000 Warrior Guild tokens, so we'll see how long that lasts us, see how far we can get with the defenders. I wasn't really keeping track of time too well. I want to say it's probably like 2 hours to get all those, so let's grab some potatoes and get started. Here comes 52 defense. We got a long bone. That's 1 out of 400. 53 defense. Oh, we got the first one, the bronze defender. All right, so what we got to do now is leave the room, talk to her, and then the iron defenders will start dropping. Hey, there's the iron one. So what we can do now is show her the iron defender, and then she'll put the steel ones up. Now we can go ahead and drop the bronze one, and we won't need it anymore. There's 54 defense. You know what? Maybe we will get 60 defense by the time we get to rune/dragon. 58 hit points. Kind of missed it there, but yeah. 55 defense. I totally missed that. That's for the Nezi helm. Although I'll probably still just keep the proselyte helm since it's part of the set. All right, here's a prayer level coming in just from burying all these bones. 52. We got smite unlocked now for the P-King. Another defense level. There's 56. Oh yes, we got steel. Yes, flat defender. I get so excited every time I get one of these. All right, another defense level. Mithril defender. Yes, I just woke up and 2 kills in. We got the Addy defender. Well, there's 58 defense. Oh, and a hit points level. And there's 59. Yes, we got the rune defender. We're not quite 60 defense yet. We're 59. But I think by the time you get dragon, we'll be 60. So we'll go for dragon. It took us 463 kills, which means we're about 113 kills unlucky, which isn't too dry. And about 2,400 warrior guild tokens as well. There we go, 60 defense. We're other dragon armor. obby armor, and some other things. We went from like 50 to 60 defense here. That's funny. So this place over here is somewhere we're never going. That's Virgin Island. I've been there twice before, so I don't think we're going back there again. But let's go down here for the Dragon Defender now. In order to enter this room, you have to show a Rune Defender to Lorelei. But once you've shown the Rune Defender to her once, you never have to show it again. So in the future, we won't have to do the grind from Bronze to Rune all over again. We just come back here with no defenders and go straight to Dragon. So let's show her the Rune Defender here. Now we have unlocked this place forever. Oh, dude, look at these alcohols. Actually, I can wear that. That's a defense upgrade. I have been kind of prey flicking here and there, but I get lazy sometimes, so defense is going to be kind of nice. Proselyte's like the same as Addy in terms of defense bonuses, by the way. I just don't really want to spend the money on the Nezzy right now. Oh yeah, we're going to go back to training strength as well, so we can slowly work our way towards 99. Eventually we'll go for 70 attack, but yeah, like I mentioned before, the strength cape would be super nice to have for Slayer and PVM. 69 strength. Holy crap, these alcohols, man. That is a 23k alc. Oh, 60 hit points. 70 strength. We need that for a few weapons, a couple diaries. Still no defender in sight though. We are over the drop rate now. Well, there's another hit points level. This is getting pretty demotivating. Oh yes, we got it. It exists. We got the Dragon Defender. Oh my gosh. I should call this video Sweaty Nerd Gets Super Excited Over 1 out of 100 Drop in a Medieval Children's Fantasy Game. We started the high level Cyclops KC at 463 and we are now at 682. So that means it took us 219 kills, which is just over double the drop rate. I can't wait to finish up 69 Slayer and then drop this because we can't build the stash unit and they have to get it back like 6 months from now, but I'm just so glad to have this out of the way now so we can start the Slayer grind. I feel like there's still some things we should get done, like maybe get a torso possibly. I think we'll start Slayer and then get a torso once I feel up for it, but I'm really antsy to just start doing Slayer already. We also got to train defense to 65 so we can do King's Ransom and eventually unlock Chivalry as well as Piety. That's a little bit later down the line. But look how freaking sweet that Dragon Defender looks. It feels so good to have that out of the way. Let's drop the Rune Defender. We're done with that. And with that said though, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day. And I'll see you again next time.